So, I didn't know that was at 1.5 times speed. That's gonna sound ridiculous. Okay. You know what, I'll just play it. I had no idea. I put my headphones on just now and I was like, oh my, what is happening? I forgot what I was doing. Was watching art tutorial videos. And when I watch art tutorial videos, I don't like the cadence that all these art YouTubers talk in because it's way too slow for me to learn anything. I feel like I'm freaking going insane when they're just like, and then also, so then the next step you're gonna want to do, and you look at that segment and the timeline, it's like 4.5 minutes long, covers about 2 details that they could have summarized easily with like a sentence or 2, but no, it's the YouTube watch time game. I'm pretty sure. You gotta squeeze as much watch time as you can out of every little plot point that you have in a video. Every little idea can be stretched out to at least 10 minutes, resulting in a half-hour long tutorial video. But that's probably why I have it at 1.5 times speed. If that ever happens in the future, that's probably why. But yeah, that probably sounded very bad and stupid. You know. Okay, it's fixed now though. Good. Good. Okay. It's so stupid. I was hit with like culture shock. Not even culture, but just some form of shock equivalent. When I put my headphones on, it was playing that. I'm still getting things ready behind the scenes, by the way. As I am wont to do. So just give me a moment. Should be good now. Okay, we should be fine now. Let's get into it. What do I want to do? I think I do want to flesh out this dude's armor first, but before we do that, I do have to do the base layer for this other panel here. You can hide the brown. Is this the blue? That's the blue. Which one's my pen? There we go. Oh, I have to hide the blue. It's getting so difficult to tell when I'm coloring over it. I didn't draw his other foot. That's another thing I'll have to do. That's why it's important to double check every page, and by double check I do mean check about 1,000,000 times for any miscellaneous details that are out of sorts. Because they will exist. You will find them. Oh yeah, I got paid today. I could totally buy something. Maybe I should buy that new mic. Yeah, I should probably do that. I could do that off stream. I mean, I should do that off stream. I could also do it on stream though. It's not like my credit card information will flash upon the stream. Sweats nervously at the prospect. I don't even have that much money. If anyone were to steal from me, they would not be making off with much. Also, I gotta find new music. Especially if they tried to steal from me a couple months ago. A couple months ago, literally, you would have been more rich. You would have been richer, so to say, if you tried not to steal from me. The effort and time you would have put into trying to steal from me would be a detriment to you. Let's find let's find more near music, or as I was about to say, nor mere music. With gentle rain. Why do they always gotta pair rain sounds with these? Like, I saw like 3 videos in a row looking up relaxing Nier Automata music, and they all just had with gentle rain in the background. You don't always need gentle rain. Although the wallpaper for this particular video, I call it a wallpaper because that's what it looks like, but the background for this video, it's pretty dope. Okay. I can't wait to upload this VOD in particular to YouTube and have the first minute be so confusing for anyone who decides to watch that. I hope they don't watch it long enough and they never get the explanation for why it's sped up that much, and they're just left confused. That is my hope, that is my desire, my dream even. So yesterday was a bit of a quiet stream. I was very low energy. I hadn't slept in a long time, and I was trying not to sleep even after so that I could watch a different live stream after I stopped being live, and then I ended up passing out for that too. So basically nothing panned out the way I would desired it to. And it's all as a result of having some biological matter as a thing that we have to live through as this brain of ours tries to sustain itself. It's just like, well, if you want to live, you're gonna have to fuel this meat suit. It's like, oh, that's stupid. I don't wanna. I just want to be a freaking robot. If that's okay with everyone else. I was preparing a sneeze there. I had to keep my finger with the mute key. Not for free, you're not getting those. No, 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 no. Definitely not. Positively not. Ah, the words. Don't look at them. There's no one here, thank goodness. Nobody knows what I'm doing. Oh no. I need the door color, but I don't have a page of it just with no text on it now. But maybe this one has it? We'll see. Get out of here. Get into here. Hide all the multiply layers in the blue shifting. It's like hue shifting, but exclusively for blue. That is definitely still not the door color I need. Alright, fine. I'll freaking hide my screen for but a moment. Go on, get. Okay. Just look at my beautiful eyes. My beautiful pained eyes. So much agony, I really could use some Visine. Is that what it's called? I hope that's what it's called. Alright, I think I have the proper color now. The right proper color. I could close this as well. Do not save this. Do not pass go. And you can have your eyes back now. Okay, what are we doing now? Let's put the this back on here. Turn the sketch layer on. I can't see it. That's better. And then we can add the door. Over everything, I guess? I guess it's gonna have to be over all of the liner. If I could find it. That's just her line? Why did I do it different? That's fine with me, actually. Because then I can just move it down here. Perfect. Accidental pre-planning. You love to see it. So the Sony event happened. I did not watch it. I think I just forgot. And that was the only reason. But I have seen some of the announcements that came out from that event. And I gotta say, pretty pogged. Metal Gear Solid is pretty cool. Dragon's Dogma 2, though, that's where my hype lies. That's where my heart lies. And therefore, that's where home is, I think. It's weird seeing that game's universe, more specifically, with cutscenes that look not laughable. And I'm sure for the time, Dragon's Dogma wasn't even that bad in terms of its presentation, but in the modern day and age, it just kind of looks it all looks a bit silly, doesn't it? I think that's part of the appeal, however. Playing Dragon's Dogma expecting 100% serious, intricately crafted narrative. You are doing it wrong. That game is goofy. And we all know it. The game has a mechanic built into it to where you can pick up NPC followers and throw them off cliffs. With little ramifications for doing so. It's a goofy game. You can make your NPCs baseball-sized in the Create a Character menu so that they're easier to throw. There's so much customizability. That's probably how you say it. Specifically in regards to throwing things off cliffs that aren't people. You could throw other things off cliffs, but like, where's the fun in that? I don't care. I want to throw people. I just hope, the one thing I hope, and this is what I think should just happen for the entirety of the video game industry in general, I do hope that they add cosmetic slots, at the very least, for armor and weapons and what have you, because there's so many weapons and armors in Dragon's Dogma. But they're just like, so ugly, unfortunately. And I have this feeling for, and granted, I don't know if this gets changed later on in the game. If it does, that would be a spoiler that even I'm unaware of, but in Tears of the Kingdom, to the point that I'm in, which is not to say it's not in there at all, but from what I've experienced, there is no armor transmogrification. No cosmetic slots that you can put your apparel in. And that's just like my biggest pet peeve in video games these days. Like, just give me the ass-kicking outfit, but let me make it look not atrocious, not abysmal. That's all I ask. That looks not so good. Let's go, actually, you know what we can do? We can put a layer, clip it below, set it to overlay, lower this down, make it warmer, put it on yellow. That's more like what I had in mind. Although I do think the door would be thicker with at least 2 Cs, maybe even 4. 11? Yeah, 11. It's a good arbitrary number. I do think we might actually need to lower the man. Well, actually, where's the horizon? It's right here, I guess. So it should be fine, actually. I think. I'm having some perspective issues. Let me hide this. See if it looks better. And this one as well. Where this? Just hide the whole thing, I guess. And then you are down here somewhere. Okay. I'm thinking about shoving another panel into this corner. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Yeah, 8 is about the maximum you want to start pushing it for panels on a page. For panels on a page, pushing it. Sorry, I'm doing some alliteration. I just thought I'd work it in there. I'm pretty good at it and talented. And hot, I think, is also a thing that I am. Definitely, truly. I mean, just look at this nose. It's a sign of virility in my culture to have a nose like this one. I don't know why I said that. Why does anyone let me speak? That's not canon. You know what? I decided for the purposes of this stream that's not canon lore. That's dumb what I said. And it should be treated as such. Actually, I think the outside of the building would be present here, so I need this color. I don't have the opening yet. Oh, I do have it. It's right here. Why is it saving recovery information on this one? I just clicked over here. Hold on, I'm going to open my Google Drive. Google Drive is very handy because I upload my pages here and I can look at them without hiding my screen, which is very helpful. So right now I'm looking at stuff, there's text bubbles all over the dang screen. You can't see a single one. Which is exactly how I need it to be. Unfortunately, I don't have the right one uploaded. So I'm just going to open it in my Photos application, whatever that one is. I can't, I didn't even make a JPEG out. So I was talking all this smack and I can't even freaking... The door on the right is open. Okay, I'm trying to just get continuity set straight here for this door. So this door is open here. This door would be open on this side. Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm breaking the 180 rule a little bit. Kind of. I don't think so, actually, but it feels like it. Just trying to make sure it's not too disorienting, however I have this. I think we're good, though. Why is Spotify telling me new music coming from the Foo Fighters? What the heck? They're still doing music? Alright. Thanks for letting me know, Spotify. I don't think I've ever listened to the Foo Fighters on Spotify once. I've listened to them before, but not on Spotify. So that's a little weird. Unless they just gave that to everyone, they're trying to hype up something they invested money in, which seems like the most likely course of action they would take. Spotify is known for weird financial decisions, like buying the Joe Rogan podcast and then having to apologize profusely for some of the opinions that were expressed on the Joe Rogan podcast, the thing that they just bought. That was a very funny news story to start reading about. I believe it was COVID related, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I can just color pretty loosely here because I'm going to have to color in the skin again anyway. Oh, that glissando something. I used to know what that was called. It definitely starts with gliss, and it's not glizzy. Unless it is. No, it wouldn't. I feel like for a good while I was getting better at lowering my verbal filter. Which is to say, allowing myself to say dumb garbage so that I wouldn't have dead air. You kind of need that. You need that lack of filter to just say things when you're streaming. That stream of consciousness, I feel like I was training that pretty well. But I am just such at a loss recently for avenues of conversation with myself. And I don't know what happened. But I feel just like compelled to talk less recently on stream, and I'm gonna try and break the habit. I was doing so well. I was saying all sorts of random garbage, and although it may have been annoying to someone, I don't know who, but it might have been annoying to people who stumbled across it. It was what you gotta do to do a stream correctly. Just say anything. And then saying things enough times, or saying anything enough times, for long enough, eventually, you'll get to the point where the things you say are probably, you're going to have a higher hit rate than a miss rate. That's the ideal. And the idea. Is this skin tone all affected by blue? It looks like it. There's not a single pixel. Alright, I might have to hide the screen again. I'm doing it just for safety, for courtesy. And then Clip Studio is saving recovery information every time I swap to a different project. It's very annoying that it feels the need to do that. hide the multiply layers. There we go. I have the skin tone. I really should just make a god-dang model sheet. Have not done it yet. I figured I would be moving a lot quicker through this process than and I don't know why. There was no, nothing that would have happened prior within my artistic creation process that could have led me to that decision, to that conclusion rather, that I would progress through this quickly. I have never worked on any project quickly. It's not how I do things. So the idea that I thought I could breeze through anything, for no matter how short of a time period or time span, is ridiculous. And I am learning that. Relearning it, I guess. Oh, you know what I can talk about? The reason I was listening to videos at 1.5 times speed, I brought it up. I was listening to art tutorials. One of the tutorials I was listening to specifically was the not the. I'm sure there are many, but I was listening to a tutorial on expressions and how to better do them. It did not seem very definitive, I will say. You will probably need other supplementary materials, but there were just some points that I think were pretty good to brush up on, even if I've already heard them before. And I think I've even watched the exact video before, but I hadn't remembered it until I watched it all the way through again. Was some stuff about like the hierarchy of how delicate a particular facial feature can be when it comes to expressions, and by delicate they meant how easily it can change the entirety of the expression if a slight change is made with the particular feature. Like, for example, the nose is not a very delicate feature. You can change the nose on the face and the expression is not going to change that much. Like, you can scrunch it up a little bit, it's not going to affect the overall expression. The summation of all the other facial features very much. But if you change the eyebrows, it's going to change basically everything about they're a very delicate expression-based feature. They're sort of like imperative to how we express ourselves. As humans, and goblins, and anything else with eyebrows. I guess if you're a caterpillar, you're just kind of like a living eyebrow. What do they call caterpillars? They call them like mustaches or something. They call mustaches caterpillars, not the other way around. They're like, what's that caterpillar on your lip? Yep, that's a real expression. I remember. They don't look at a caterpillar and say, what's that mustache doing on the ground? We should use that as a double standard, I think. So many times we refer to mustaches as caterpillars and not the other way around. I guess that would be rude to the caterpillars. Sort of relegating them to a non-living thing, but with a mustache. It's like, that's all. I know it's used as an offensive term if you say someone's mustache is a caterpillar on their face, but you know, at the very least, they've given it life, metaphorically. They've equated it to a beautiful creature. I don't actually think caterpillars are beautiful. I think they're horrendous. I think they're grotesque, and even when they're butterflies, I don't like butterflies. I don't like bugs in general. I know butterflies are this paragon of the insect kingdom, where people are like, oh, there's only a few insects I actually like, and butterflies are one. I don't like butterflies. They wig me out. And I think it does have something to do, at least partially, with that SpongeBob episode, where they showed multiple close-ups of a butterfly's face, and all I could think about when a butterfly lands on me is that gnarly proboscis they got jutting out. That little curly-Q straw they got on their mouth at all times. It wigs me out. I don't like it. So everyone else can like butterflies. I don't even like them being near me. I don't like many bugs at all. Basically what I'm saying is I'm a huge coward, and I know this. So it's fine. I don't need people to tell me. I'm very aware that butterflies are harmless, but I don't like them. What are the other insects that people... I saw this in a meme, and it was like the council of bugs that people actually like is now coming to open. Coming to session or whatever. And there are butterflies in there, and I can't remember what the other ones are. And I don't like bugs, so I can't even intuitively deduce which ones people might enjoy being around. Because I don't like anything with more than, I'll say 4 legs. If you got more than 4 legs, I'm just not gonna like it. It's an unnatural number. Even though I'm pretty sure most things in nature, if we're going by this metric, have more than 4 legs. Just based on a number of insects on this planet and how much they probably outnumber everything else. Actually, if we're going by living creatures on the world, I'm pretty sure the most natural number of legs, if we're counting microbials, is 0 legs. So, the most prevalent number of legs in nature, and therefore the most natural number of legs, should be 0. But that also I'm just not, you know what? I think I'm losing the thread a little bit here. I'll just stick with my initial philosophy, because it seems like I can be, for the most part, morally consistent with it. Philosophically consistent with it. If you got more than 4 legs, I'm probably not going to like you. And that's the end of the story. And then the one person in the world who has augmented themselves to have 5 legs via a number of surgeries is going to see this clip and be very upset, and I'm so sorry if that happens. But you should have stopped after the first 2 editions, to be frank with you. And I do believe there's somebody out there who would be willing to get additional legs, but even if they're only cosmetic legs and they don't do anything, they would have to be. I don't think anyone has had a successful limb graft where they just have an additional limb on them. I don't think that's how the nervous system works. Yet. Elon, Neuralink, I'm waiting. When are we going to have new legs? I'm going to be like Dr. Octavius. I'm going to have arms jutting out of my back. I'm going to fling them all over the room. I'm going to make doctors scream when they try to amputate it. It's going to be a very Sam Raimi-esque sequence. One of them is going to be dragged away, clawing at the tile floor with her fingernails, scraping off some of the wax. You know, you've all seen the scene. I shouldn't be lambasted for doing that when it happens, because there's a precedent. Should not be berated or lectured to about not doing that, about not dragging doctors across tile floors. Have you seen the movie? That's what he does. And as we all know, you should definitely base what you do off of what you see in movies. Or at least that's what the news thought people would do when the Joker movie came out. I can't believe there was a mainstream media circuit. I remember it, even though it was brief. There was a little bit of an upstart amongst news networks claiming the Joker to be a dangerous movie because of its themes of overthrowing authority. And it makes you think. Knowing how scripted a lot of these news networks are, there's that video where they're all using the same exact script, which basically just proves that media is curated to the degree where you probably shouldn't watch the news for legitimate information. But like, it just makes you wonder, who was the person out there getting so scared? Who was the higher up? This tinfoil hat conspiracy billionaire running the mainstream media news networks that was like, oh god, the Joker could actually be a threat to my empire. I have to convince the public that it's dangerous. And then they put out this whole hit campaign against watching the Joker movie because it might be a dangerous film, because it might inspire people to start rioting or something against the rich and powerful. It's just food for thought, you know? It's just funny to think about. That video is super unnerving, by the way. The one that basically exposes all these news networks for having the exact same script and information and, narrative that they're pushing. It's very uncanny. It seems dystopian when they put it all together like that. Completely different channels from completely different states across the country, all just saying the same exact thing in the exact same phrasing. They didn't even try to hide it. It was so weird. They obviously never expected anyone to compile all of that stuff together into one. Otherwise, I'm sure they wouldn't have been so blatant with it. That's my tinfoil conspiracy. Gotta hide the screen again. Where is this lady and her sandals? Give me your sandals. Alright, I'm putting this color here. And then I'll just grab the waist piece color while I'm over here as well. And then you can have your eyes back. Oh yeah, go to town on that one piano note. Heck yeah. Just keep hitting it. Plus, these streams go a lot slower when I start speaking to myself, I've noticed. Like, I looked at the timer right now, and I expected it to say, like, an hour. It's only been 37 minutes. When I was doing that focus stream yesterday, I would draw a panel, or do a little bit of work on a panel, look over, and it felt like it said an hour and a half almost immediately. Like, I had no time. I've been considering some alternative ways to do coloring. The one I do is pretty standard here. Start with the base layer, then flats, and then put the shading over top. But some people they start with what will become their shadow layer, and then they do like overlay layers on top of the brighter values, and it's essentially you get the same result in the end. But on the way there, it's just a different creation process, and I do want to test it at some point. I don't know when I'll find the time to mix up my process. It is certainly not anytime soon, but I would like to try some things. It's like the digital art equivalent of doing, I don't even know, charcoal, and then compare that to, I don't know, like what you do that with watercolors? I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure you build up stuff with watercolors. I'm trying to think of a medium where you start with darks and go to lights. I can't quite think of one. One of those painting ones for sure. Markers, you probably do that. So you can build up over top of it. This song. It's better as an instrumental, I will say. It's just weird how it's the only song sung in English in the entire OST. when the rest of it is your standard near gibberish. The pseudo-Japanese language that they like to use a lot in these games. It's not quite Japanese, but it was at some point, before they jumbled up all the syllables together. It's like what Monster Hunter does for its Monster Hunter language. It's a very common trope over there. I don't know if we have an example of that in English. I think the closest game to do something like that, and it's not even a close comparison, but it might be the best we have, is Banjo-Kazooie. Where they were just taking things that people were saying and jumbling it up into a bunch of garbage. Ekum bokum. A lot of this armor set's definition is going to have to come in through the values, I think. It's looking like it. That hurts to look at, so it's probably not going to be good. What about this? Is it good if it's this bright? I actually don't hate this. So we'll try it out. Actually, you know what we should try first before any of that is just see if this fill bucket tool works here. It does, for the most part. Yeah, I really should just be experimenting with that more often. It's just going to be faster, I think. And then what you can do is you can select it, then you can fill it with whatever you want. If you clean it up a little bit. Nah, I don't like that. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with it. Do I just make it this color? No, that looks too confusing. Maybe I just leave it red. And then what I can do, select all the red bits. And I want to do some texture work here. Just nothing crazy. Just wanted to see if I can rough it up a little bit. A little brighter here. Just like, you know, really just rough this in. we'll get the darker one in there. Let's really burnish this armor here. Is that the word? I don't know. Let's see if we can try the blender here. Just a very subtle thing. It is probably not worth the effort, but I want to do it. Let's get some armor reference for digital painting specifically. Just need to push the highlights a bit in some key areas, even though this is a low light situation for the scene. I'm sure there's some stuff to be gleaned from all of this. Yeah, that's difficult to say. They just kind of take on the lighting of the ambient light here, push the highlight here. So the lighting of the moon, for example. clip this to the layer below so that I can clip this to the layer below as well. And then I should Control C, Control V this. Trying to think more about the intent of this panel. It's going to be like forward lit here. Trying to go for like, because the interior of this location is candlelit, right? So I'm trying to figure this out. Do a hard light one. Whoops. Pressing Windows keys. Let's hide these. Some very, shall we say, stylized lighting going on here. Which is to say, not taking into... I don't have the time for accuracy. I'm trying to figure this out on the fly here. This to normal 100. We can steal this 81, multiply. Then we can kind of just work our way back into it. Then all this has to be changed again when I put the texture here. Shouldn't be too bad though. I think I can just select the areas that I'm using as the values here, or the shadow layers here, and I can just kind of invert that. It shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I can just delete it for the texture one too. Always be problem solving. Oh, what's this little line art thing going on over here? Where are you? There you are. So now I think what we can do is just select this. Oh, why is this being... Oh, the tolerance is all low, probably, yeah. Get yourself up there, I think. Oh, no, it's still low. Oh, is this gonna be a problem? Nope, it's good. Okay. I was worried for a moment. Actually, what I should do first is finish up what I'm doing here. Get all this out of the way. And now we can do the thing I was talking about. Which is where we select all these shadows. Is that all of them? It should be all of them. Actually, I just discovered another area that we should have more shadows. Give me a minute. I'm gonna have to keep filling this in until I'm satisfied. By a minute, I mean maybe several years. Then I will allow people to look at this comic. Because by that point, all of my grievances with it will have been sorted out. Hopefully. That's not true. Art is never done. Only abandoned. Miyamoto. He didn't say that. But he could have. Would have been one more quote that people always attribute to him saying and never shut up about. Yeah, I play video games. You can tell by the fact that I know this one Miyamoto quote. The blue is very apparent when you're on this gray here. Oh god, one of these times I'll draw this line correctly, I swear. It's gonna have to do it, it's gonna have to be good enough. How's this look? We just fill this in here. I don't hate it. Don't know if I like it, but I don't hate it. Now we can do the thing I was talking about. I think we're finally ready to stop procrastinating. Oh, I need to up the tolerance back up so that we can do that. And it should be good now. Making sure I got all those. I can do this, can go here, can invert this. I can delete. Yeah, I think I will have to just delete it and then do it over, maybe. Because the texture is still there for the other bits. Let's see if we can get the blender to do something interesting here. hide the line art, check the values. If it looks good, then you're doing something right. And this looks pretty okay. I will say I should do this bit, now that I see it though. Add a bit of clarity. Should I just select this red area here? Now let's hide the liner. Adds a bit more clarity to it. And over all of this, we'll add the usual. What is this? Is this sketch layer? Just the sketch layer. We don't need you anymore. Thank you for your service. We'll do our usual multiply layer right here. That's not a multiply layer, you buffoon. Ah, that looks bad. Multiply, please. There we go. Now we can probably try to blur this here, which I did want to try. That is the eraser tool. Try again. I don't know if I like it there, but I did like it up here a bit. Maybe too much though. Or maybe just not at all. Is it just better without it? Let's see. I don't know, I kind of do just like it without it. Did we finally run out? I think we did. We did indeed. Let's just go to the other one. Rain and Voices. What is that?
You can save Yona, Weiss.
Oh. Yeah, I don't need voices, so no thank you. That will not be necessary. Far more dramatic than the other playlist, I'll say that. Is this Hollow Knight? This is Nier. Nier Replicant, specifically. Something mass. I could be playing Hollow Knight. Muzak. Would not be opposed to it. I just played like an hour and a half of Nier music, so why don't we do that, actually? That's a better idea than playing more Nier music. How are the divorce proceedings going? Well, you should tell me. You're the one married, so if there is a divorce happening, which you just confirmed and there's no takebacks, I guess I would hope they're going well. You just played yourself, bird lady. So, yeah, how's that feel? No, you're the one who was trying to intervene. You're the one who's married, apparently. And if there's a divorce happening, I'm sorry that it didn't work out, and I'll be happy to be there for the rebound. I'm on my honeymoon, then why are you getting divorced? Such a weird decision. That was fast from honeymoon yesterday to divorce papers. I know, I mean, I guess they were just never right for each other. You never plan these things, though, so it's always painful, I'll say. Except for me, I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. You were trying to hire a divorce attorney for us right after our beautiful wedding. That's true, your horrendous trash fire of a wedding. Why is this here? What am I erasing? What the heck? Our sunset smooch. Fine, you know what? I won't stand for this. We all you hope you're jealous. Give me a moment, if you wouldn't mind. And you won't. Where am I? There I am. Can you hear this? You can't. I've muted it. Haha. And you never will. Until the time is right. I'm gonna play this game. I'll freaking play this game. You smarmy marmoset, you. I'll play this game. You don't even know what game I'm playing, but we're playing the game. You don't even know. You just wait till you see the game. That's right. You don't even know. We're watching it on my stream now. I'm playing Potionomics now. Who's the real potion master? Let's go to 1080p. I'm good for it. I don't even think I stream in 1080p. I think I stream in 720. This is all wrong. Welcome to the Bizarro realm. The alternate timeline. There. Me. Mine. I win. I saw that cursor. Whoever's playing this game's getting a little overzealous here. Keep your mouse cursor away from. Hey, look, there's Hot Uncle. I see him in there. Someday he'll be exposed for the hot uncle he is. What was I doing? Oh yeah, making a comic. I do that sometimes. I forgot. Excuse me, can I exist? Thank you, God, I guess. That feels better. In Stardew, they let your partner move in with you, and I want that in Potionomics. I'm sure in the Squeakquel, or in a DLC perhaps, they'll for sure consider something like that. I want Dragon Age Inquisition levels, full-on boning cutscenes. That's what put like thousands of dollars into the models and rigging, and just slam them together. Dragon Age Inquisition did it. Why are the rest of us so afraid of it? A giant orc man and an elven lady should be allowed to smash on screen in a video game. And that's not me speaking. That's the will of the people. Let this happen. I honestly don't know how they get away with that in those games. Or an Elkman? An Elfman, not an Elfman, no. I guess that would be Saffron. An Elfman and an Elfman. Do they allow for gay relationships in Dragon Age yet? I forget. I don't recall. They're gonna send you Dragon Age loot. Now, who's they? Who is they? Why weren't they sending anything sooner? The omniscient they, the royal they. Ew, what color is that? Ooh, ew, ooh. That'll brighten this up, I think. I mean, that's good. Why is it still so gross looking? Yeah, we'll figure it out later. Twitter? Oh yeah, they would. They haven't, but they would. I can see it. Give me that pencil. Swan, are you at the airport again? Is that what's happening right now? No, I'm at my friend's house. We got a couple hours before we go set up at the hall. I see. I guess I'll withhold my requests to be put on speakerphone for another time. This looks wrong. It's all wrong. Why am I even making a comic? I quit, actually. I put like it's probably been like half a year. Yeah, like over half a year of work into this comic. I think I quit, actually. Your request wouldn't be granted anyway. Well, that's just rude. It says wrong as you trying to claim mint. What do you mean trying? I did. Just now. I won. Me! I win! My win! There's a sketch layer? Get this sketch layer out of here. Dunk, dunk, dunk. You can have Baptiste, alright? I'll be generous enough to leave you with that. It's a courteous offering, I think. No. I don't speak French, so I'm going to assume that means yes. That was a lie. I do speak French. It was a ruse the whole time. Not well, but a little bit. I'll be honest, Chero was all like, I remember towards the beginning of the Potionomics streams, she was just talking about like, I wasn't even entirely sold on Baptiste until the very end, and I just like, the more we saw of him, the less interested I got. It's like the exact opposite effect of the experience she had, and I don't know what happened. Did she play a different game? Is there a Potionomics DLC that has Baptiste interesting options that we didn't play? What happened? Do you eat baguettes? Sometimes. Sometimes I do. Not often, but I do eat them. I'm firmly not on Team Baptiste, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just curious. Like, what does she see in him? She could do so much better, Queen. That's all I'm saying. Could be worse. Could be staring at piles of dookie with Corsac. AKA Porsac. I will say though, out of the ending speeches that we were reading out, or watching, these schmucks, out of all of the speeches, I will say Corsac's was one of the most surprisingly romantic ones that were there. I did not expect to be hit with the line, "If I am ever struck with silence, or if I ever am silent around you, it is because I am struck with awe." And I'm just like, oh shit, he's getting for real. Oh no. That's like the only redeeming thing he did in the whole game. True, I know. He had game in the end. Where was he hiding it? In his silence and his dookie talk. I will say these ambient rain noises, they are very appropriate for this page that I'm drawing right now, and I'm like immersed. It's crazy. In my own story, which is a little narcissistic, but I'm getting into it. Because I haven't drawn the rain yet, but this is supposed to be rain. I'll get there. He was saving it till the very end. You have to work your way through the end, forgive my phrasing, the shit, before you get to the good stuff. And Corsac would probably be like, that is the good stuff, sir? And I'll be like, alright, Corsac. You can just leave. Alright? Nobody asked for you to be here. You know what this music also reminds me of? What does it also remind you of, Mask? Do tell. Pray tell, even. This is a good track. I always like this one. I listened to it way too much though because I got stuck on this part of the game. So it fills me with joy and also a deep sense of frustration. Lego Lord of the Rings overworld music? What a deep cut you've said there. I have no idea what that sounds like, but I'm curious to find out. I'm putting a lot of detail into this armor. It is making the pages take longer, but hopefully it makes them look better too. Lego Lord of the Rings Overworld music for the PS3. Let's take a gander. I wonder if I could even find this. Lego Lord of the Rings. I guess I could just look up OST. OST. I doubt it's the Disco File song. Let me go to YouTube. A new tab. I'm not sure. Let me see. Surely someone's uploaded the OST. I play that game a lot. I played Lego Star Wars a lot. The Black Rider, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this very easily. The way these people have chosen to name these songs is truly bizarre. And Lego Harry Potter 7. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to find it. Both discs several times. You know what? I can't find it, so instead we're going to play an AI cover of Virtual Insanity as sung by Squidward Tentacles. I found this video a few days ago, and it's so weird. Oh god. This is so stupid. The worst part is that it's very good is the problem. Like, I've never heard of an AI cover of any song, especially a voice cover, that sounds this legitimate. Like, it just sounds like the voice actor got into the booth and started doing this. There's hardly any, like, artifacting either. It just sounds like a guy. It helps when they put the reverb over it, but still. truly strange. This video. Touch up this line art, add a bit of wear to the arm. And then we can add the overlay layer on top of that, or a new overlay layer, maybe a hardlay layer of the moonlight spotlight. Or Clip Studio could break entirely. Oh, as it is wont to do. What am I gonna do after stream today? I have a couple options. I could sleep, or I could play Tears of the Kingdom again. I do like that option. Tricky, tricky. I'm thinking Tears of the Kingdom. I still ain't finished it after all. I do have to at some point. I'm playing Breath of the Wild again. It's a good experience. Oh god, one of the streamers I watch who is famous for his challenge runs, he must have just 100% of the game because he just went live with a stream titled No Shields, No Bows, No Weapons Challenge. I gotta see the full title of that. Let me see that. What was he doing? No Weapons, No Shields, No Bows Challenge. Already. It's his second playthrough of the game. And that's what he's decided to do. These people are nuts. Ow, that hurt my eyes to look at. Glow dodge is intense. Need to up the tolerance a bit more. Or maybe I won't. Maybe it is just this here. Fill in the little blanks. Oh! Garo, hello. I have no alerts, but I see the raid. Thank you so much for stopping. Look, I'm doing art. Not that anybody would know based on the clips that keep showing up. I'm leaving people with you. My fever is back. Oh, I'm so sorry. But also, how dare you? You're giving me people? I don't want people. Get them out of here. Tell them to at least have them wipe their shoes off on the way in. God. What, raised in a barn here? This is ridiculous. I'm usually a shoes off entirely kind of guy, but y'all are already in here, so it's like, I can't do much. You doing art never? I know. I've never done it. It's true. That's functionally and factually true. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. And I think we can just blur this here. And then erase here, as you do. Then we can add some here, maybe? I'm just doing some ambient occlusion. It's the fancy art term for the shadows within the shadows, where the light cannot reach. And so it gets even darker than your usual shadows. Gonna leave you on lurk and lay down. Have a good stream. You have a good one. Feel better. You know, if you want, you don't have to, I guess. I would never force you to feel better, but if you want to, then by all means. Thanks, I will try to feel better. Crack. I'm listening to fake thunder noises. They might be real thunder noises, I don't know. How would you make a fake thunder sound effect? Taking myself back to the mindset of somebody doing stage crew for a school play production. You got that wibbly metal sheet that makes the whoosh whoosh sound. That was the worst impression of what that sounds like, but if you know what I'm talking about. And then how would they do, like, I guess you just shake it really hard, and then it does, like, the crack sound effect. So that's probably the answer, is that warbly metal sheet. And then we'll touch up everything on the panel with just a quick old multiply layer. Let's hide the line art, actually. See if our values are good. They look all alright. I could add some stuff over here to the shoulder pad, define that a bit more, but for the purposes of speeding along, I think we're doing okay. So I will try not to belabor that too much. You always gotta know when you gotta cut off yourself from doing too much detail work. At least I do, because, I don't know, I'm not fast Some people are fast, I'm not fast. I wish I was fast, but I ain't fast. You know what I need to do? I need to blur this a little bit. The texture is a little too distracting in this particular spot. Actually, I think it's just not filled in enough. I suppose I should draw the faces, but I have this panel, but that has like a background component I could do. I'll draw the freaking faces, fine, I'll do it. How much time do I got left? I got a bit of time. Streaming. I can draw the dang faces, I suppose, if I must. And I don't have to, but I feel like I would. I choose to do so. I'm gonna save real quick because I don't think I've done that a single time manually this stream. It auto saves every once in a while, but I don't think I've actually pressed the dang buttons to do it until just now. So oops. Whoa, that eraser is far too large and the wrong kind. Let's flip that, see if it's decent. See if it is clothed. Or if it's hiding behind something. Trying to pretend it is. The Emperor's new clothes, so to speak. That's not how that story went. I always confuse the Emperor's new clothes with that story where he, like, it's a different story about an Emperor, except he has, like, a bird. Bird flies away or something, or dies, I forget. He gets, like, a metal bird as a replacement. I don't know, it's the story's moral is that natural is better than technological. You know, it's your typical Star Wars affair. Or Mononoke affair. Or Pocahontas affair. Listen, human beings were nothing if not original. We'd come up with very different themes for our stories. Never once have we told the same story in a slightly different way. Or Avatar, the Blue People movie specifically. Actually, Avatar: The Last Airbender also has a natural versus technological component. The Fire Nation is all about technology. And they're war machines, so you know what? Even that one is not immune from the curse of non-originality. And I think after I do the line art for this face, I'll probably call it for the day. I've been doing work. I've been putting in the time, putting in the hours. We stay hungry, we devour. Etc., etc. Why are these two different layers? Get yourself merged, please. Thank you. It's like, at which point do I just accept that the hair is gonna have to be here? I think it is now. I think at that point is now, and I just have to do it. A more bold cartoonist than I would just say, screw it, put the eye over the hair anyway. I've done that sometimes, but I feel like in this panel in particular, it's not gonna work. And then we just gotta add a bit of color for the face. Whoops. First I do want to clean up these pupils, irises, I don't know. It's just supposed to represent the entire thing, I guess. I got no colors for the eyes. I should really just, you know what, I'm putting too much thought into this. Just pick the dang, just make an eye color. It ain't even that big of a deal, you know? No pure white, that's the only rule for it. Other than that, you can kind of just do whatever you want. This is fine. It's a perfectly fine eye color. Zotian, is Arby's and Carl's Jr. the same thing? No, I don't think so. But Carl's Jr. is the same as another one. Carl's Jr. the same as Hardee's. That's the one. Carl's Jr. and Hardee's are the same restaurant, not Arby's. That might be what you're thinking about. Similar sounds. Basically, Carl's Jr. is on the west coast, and Hardee's is on the east coast. So I would have Hardee's where I live. I have never been to either one, though, so I couldn't even tell you if they're good or not. They're probably just, you know, whatever. Carl's Jr. and Hardee's are more burger joints, though. And Arby's is more of just like a weird sandwich shop. They just kind of sell whatever. Both probably give you crippling diarrhea, so I wouldn't eat at either of them. That's unfair to Carl's Jr. and Hardee's because I have not eaten at either one, like I said. But I have eaten at Arby's, and I have suffered gastrointestinal distress as a result. So, I don't know. Having Carl's Jr. right now, yeah, I'm sure Carl's Jr. You tell me whether or not that pans out well. Actually, don't tell me if it pans out poorly. If it pans out well for you, you can tell me. But if it pans out poorly, I would rather not know. The fries are good, that's good. I'm not too picky about French fries, but it is very unfortunate, to say the least, when you get a bad batch of them from whatever establishment you are in. That much is true. Let me send picture. Alright, send away. I'm not too picky about most things. I've gotten a lot more, I don't know, I'll say a lot less stable when it comes to what I put in my body. Except for drinks. I am a hydro homie, water only. I don't even drink juice that much anymore. When I say that much, maybe like once every few months, just because it's there. And that's probably even on the more frequent end of the spectrum. Most of the time, just water only, and that's all I drink. But in terms of food, I'll just eat about damn near anything, unfortunately. Let's flip this one more again and see if it looks good. A picture has arrived. Give me a moment. Just one singular second, even. One? Alright, I lied. I'm gonna need a little bit more time. I think I need to move the nose over just a wee bit. That looks a little better. Alright, good. Satisfactory. Let me click on image while I wait for this to autosave. Oh, it's gonna open my my PC Discord. I'll just open it on my mobile Discord, because it seems to be loading a very long time. No, yeah, look at that. Some G-dang Carl's Jr.'s. Ooh, famous. I'm trying to read the words. I don't even know if my Discord's even opening right now. I hope not, because I don't want to have to close that. Actually, you know what? I think one of her eyes is too small. There's more lettuce, tomato, pickles, and onion on this hamburger than me. Because it's expensive, or at least the most expensive part for them. So the customer must front that bill. And now let's flip it and see if it looks aight. That'd be my only complaint. And that's a valid complaint. Smash burgers or smash patties, whichever term you prefer. They do kind of have a hit or miss ratio for that. It can be too thin compared to the rest of it. Never been to a McDonald's, so it's bad. Yeah, no. I have been to a McDonald's. They are bad. I don't like McDonald's. If you were talking about restaurants where I am most likely to suffer gastrointestinal issues from, for some reason, McDonald's burgers, the chemicals they must use to preserve those things, or what, I don't know what it is, I feel like a garbage every time. Even if it's just like a single, not even like a quarter pounder, or like a double cheeseburger, if it's just a single patty, which is the saddest burger to eat from a McDonald's, but I've done it just in the hopes that I would not suffer an illness of the stomach from eating there. But even if it's just one of those, I feel disgusting. It's horrible. McDonald's it kills me inside, and I don't know. It's gotta be just a reaction to something they put on it at this point. I doubt it's the food. Like, the meat itself is probably fine. Like, with the number of times that I've eaten there, statistically, it can't just be the burger or the meat that they use every day. It's gotta be one of the preservatives. That's my theory. My working theory. I can't prove it, and I can't test it, but every time I go to McDonald's, I feel like trash. Does not happen anywhere else. And I know McDonald's is infamous for their preservatives, so I wouldn't put it past them. I've also only ever been to Burger King once. It was meh. Yeah, Burger King is pretty meh. Some people have gone on this tirade against Burger King in recent years. And in all fairness, I have not eaten at a Burger King in a long time, so maybe there's more truth to it than I know recently. But last time I ate there, or last time I even was eating there, whenever that was, a few years ago, it was meh. I never thought it was disgusting, but it was probably, you know, meh. Meh is a fair word to use. People say their chicken fries are their best version, or their best product. The best version of their food, I guess, that you can get. I have not had those, but I'm sure they're good. Carl's Jr. on top. My pick for burger joint is definitely Five Guys, for sure. If you ever have the chance to get Five Guys, highly recommended. And they fry all their french fries in peanut oil, I believe, which is amazing. It's great. It's just good. You can't go wrong with that. Peanut oil, I love peanuts in general, so any excuse to put them into another dish in any way, fantastic. Pad Thai, it's got peanuts in it, amazing. 10 out of 10. Put some toast, got some jam on there, put peanut butter on the other one, immediately better. Peanut butter and jelly toast. I feel like I have the palate of a second grader sometimes when I talk about how much I adore peanut butter, but it's just like, and peanuts in general, but it's, I can't, can you fault me? Is it not the perfect legume? Like, you got almonds, you got cashews, those are pretty good. Pistachios are pretty good. But peanuts, you could just eat like a million of them. They're not too rich, they're not like flavorless like some other nuts, like, I don't know, like macadamia nuts. Those are pretty bland. Walnuts, I have grown an appreciation for though. Uh-oh, my music. In spite of their blandness, I kind of appreciate their blandness now. But peanuts are amazing. There's chicken with peanut salsa. That's pretty dang good. At least sounding. I don't know if I've ever actually had that. But I would, if given the opportunity. I think that looked better over here. Maybe if it's like this way. I think we've done some decent work on this page today. Once I draw in these faces and the backgrounds of these couple, I still got to do this entire thing. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make it more clear to me. Now, where'd my brush thing go? Yeah, get out there. Where did you go? There. Just gonna color in this so that it's more clear. Although not too much more clear now that I see what the actual thumbnail I left behind is. I get the idea, though. Then we'll take this, and we'll go here while I'm still here thinking about it so I don't forget to do it later. There we go, that looks more correct. And yeah, I think that's the stream for today. It's saving, one moment. So thank you all for stopping by. Thanks again, Garo. If there's any chance they see this for the raid yet again. Always be raiding this channel. Always appreciated. Always shouting it out too, for some reason. Unbeknownst to me. I'm just a fake art streamer. But yeah, another stream. It's Thursday, another stream tomorrow. For sure, unless I fall asleep through it, but it should be good. And I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.